share the stream and let people know we are back live in the different Silver Tips forums and whatnot. We would really, really appreciate that. And welcome to Chad and Dad Live, bringing the game episode 1. So as we were saying earlier, Chad here has very high aspirations to be a play-by-play sports broadcaster one day. And along with that comes with talking to different athletes. So we're very blessed to be welcomed fresh off a gold medal. How fun is that to say? Fresh off a gold medal, Dustin right. Wolf. So hey, I'll let you jump right in.
Oh, okay. Okay, I have a couple questions. Can I start with the...
Sure. He saved them on his phone. He's been thinking of really good questions for a while.
I literally rode around on my hoverboard for like an hour and a half thinking of questions. And then I wrote them down in very sloppy handwriting.
Nice. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you again. Sorry, technical difficulties. It happens with technology. So. Yeah.
So first question. I know you got a jersey in the background there. What's your favorite Team USA jersey combo that you guys wore this year?
I was a big fan of the dark blue ones. Honestly, coming into the final game, I was kind of hoping we weren't going to wear these jerseys here, just based off of the result we had last year wearing them. But captain's decision to wear these ones, I mean, it worked out all right. So I guess my mindset has changed on them.
I always like the old throwbacks, so just something about them, just maybe because I'm old and kind of remember those.
Yeah, probably that.
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
And then this question, at any point are you going to be used to living in the bubble because you have now been in 2 bubbles with the World Juniors and the Calgary bubbles?
Yeah, I mean, it's different. Like, obviously, you can't go outside. Like, in the bubble at World Juniors, the only outside action we saw was walking from the hotel door to the bus. So about 15-foot gap. That was it. You were stuck between the rink. Couldn't walk between the rink and the hotel, which kind of sucked. So you were limited on the time you had at the rink. Unlike Team Canada, where they spent several hours a day there. Lucky them. But in the other words, I mean, what's that?
Are they giving you guys entertainment during the bubble? And literally, you're locked there, what, 20 hours a day?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like the first 4 days we were there, we couldn't leave our room, so they brought the food to us. The COVID tests, like the lady would show up to your door and, tickle your nose or whatever. But so basically, it was just like you're laying in bed all day. Once we were able to get out, we were able to have a meal room, which was kind of nice. Basically, our only spot between our actual hotel rooms and the rink that we were allowed to go to. So we had a ping pong table there, which a lot of us spent a lot of time there. That was kind of the only fun activity around that could take your mind off of hockey. But it was the same food every day, 3 times a day, which kind of like it wasn't bad food, but it just like gets boring after a while. So
yeah.
There's the positives and the negatives to it. I mean, obviously, just stay safe and whatnot was good, but definitely a bunch of weird things that go along with it. But I mean, if you're able to play hockey, it's an added bonus. So I mean, you can't count that out for sure.
Yeah. What was it like? Like, were guys like taking shots against their walls, or like, was there like crazy echo or room noise? I don't know.
You have a roommate like horsing around? I mean,
no, we all had our own rooms.
Yourself?
We all had our own rooms, so.
So you were in prison?
Yeah, I mean, we had like a tracking device on our wrist, so like, if you left the hotel room, like they would buzz you, and like, if you left any further, you literally would kick you out. So nobody really took that chance.
3 same meals and locked in your room until your rec time. So sounds like prison. But
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it is what it is. They kept us safe. So
yeah, absolutely.
Some guys took sticks and were stick handling in their rooms. We had workouts every day, so definitely stayed busy. We were on Zoom for like 3-4 hours a day with the team, and really had to know each other a lot. So I mean, we spent a lot of time on the devices, but you know, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter anymore. We got that gold, so it's all that matters.
Yeah.
Chad and I were talking during that game. I always feel so bad for the silver medal people. They work so hard, and you got second place, but you're the only one of the 2 medal games that ends the game in disappointment. That still medals, you know. You just
no doubt, it's tough. We didn't want to be in that spot.
no.
And then, what's your go-to hype up song that you listen to pregame and stuff?
I mean, I don't know necessarily know there's just one. I mean, I've got a whole playlist called pregame, but I mean, away from the rink, like I've kind of dug into the Morgan Wallen. Like he just released another album. Country singer is really good, actually. I haven't really been a big fan of country, but over the last like year or so, it's kind of like taken over my phone. My mom will probably rip me for that one, but it's just a lot of like upbeat, like some Eminem, just like some like EDM. So anything like just energizing, anything to get you really just fired up. So it's very exciting playlist to say the least.
We'll take a question from a fan here, if you can see it up on your screen.
Oh, I can.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, definitely missing the family. She calls me like every day, so
That's good. I talk to my mom.
Yeah, I
every day.
mean, she'll sit on the phone with me for an hour, but you know, sometimes you just want to get off the phone, and she doesn't really get the hint. So, no, but it's been hard being away from home for so long. I mean, it's only the start too. It's been like 40 days, and you know, I feel like it's gonna be a lot longer come. You know, once I leave Calgary, and then I'll end up in Stockton for a little bit. So until the Western League season starts, it'll be away from home, and then kind of just go from there.
Just think of how fortunate you are that, or we all are, that this happened now and not like 15 years ago, where we didn't have the technology to do stuff like this. I mean,
yeah, you wouldn't be able to do really anything.
No,
Everything's been in person for the last decade or even more. So,
I wouldn't know.
I mean, just being able to have having devices that you can chat with people and, you know, keep in touch and keep yourself occupied for the long hours of the day. I mean, it's pretty handy.
Yeah. And then, how does your pregame routine change with whether or not you're starting the game?
Yeah, it doesn't change. You know, whether I'm starting or not, it's all about just being prepared. I mean, this tournament, for an example, obviously knew coming in that I probably wasn't going to be the guy, but obviously put everything out there to put myself in a good spot. Obviously that first game against Russia didn't go our way in the first 2 periods, but you know, I got my opportunity and made the most of it. So I think no matter what, when you're starting or not, prepare the same way. It doesn't matter. Like I said, when you're starting or not, you gotta always be prepared. You never know what's gonna happen, whether a guy gets hurt, a couple bad breaks. You know, that's all it takes for you to get your opportunity, and you don't want to mess that up. So you're really just being prepared at all times.
Yeah, not many people can say they didn't give up a single goal in their World Juniors career. So congratulations on that. You definitely earned.
I mean, career. I mean, I gave up 3 last year, so I just had to make up for it.
Well, you know, I meant you know what I mean.
And then,
That'd be a good one, since we were just talking about that game.
yeah.
This one, since we were just talking about not giving up a goal.
Okay. So these, I have a couple questions about your game versus Austria.
Let's hear them.
Well, how do you stay focused with having so little shots on goal? Your first shot on goal wasn't till like 15:43 left in the first.
Yeah, I like that that distinct minute and second. I mean, obviously took some research there. No, but I mean, it's definitely not easy. I think it just comes down to your preparation and like I said, always being prepared. So whatever's thrown at you, you're ready for it. I think really just dialing in and watching the play and not getting into your head on thinking about other things of, that screen over there looks pretty cool, or, oh, there's somebody in the stands that's yelling at you, even though there's no people in the stands right now. But really just staying focused on the task at hand of what's going on in front of you, even if it's at the other side of the ice. Just like I said, just staying dialed, and because you just never know when they may have an odd man rush or a breakaway come at you, and you always got to be ready for what's thrown your way.
Yeah. Especially, I noticed in that first power play they had, they did end up getting some pressure in that offensive zone, but no shots that actually came your way with your defense in front of you. How was it having that defense that would get in front of the puck and help you out a little?
Yeah, obviously our penalty kill was pretty exceptional this tournament. The year prior wasn't very hot. But I mean, like, the guys would lay everything on the line to eat pucks, and a really solid D corp that whoever was out there, they were going to get the job done, and we all had that same mindset of we wanted that gold medal, and even though it was only the second game against Austria, and we were likely gonna give to them, that you don't take any chances. You really dial it in, no matter what your role is, and eating pucks was super beneficial to our groups, not only in that game but throughout the tournament.
Yeah. And then, how does it affect your style of play, being ahead or tied the whole game?
I think you got to stay even keeled throughout it. Obviously, when you're up by 1 or 2 goals, like, you're feeling pretty confident and you're pretty calm in the net. When you're down a goal, I wouldn't say hoping, but, like, obviously you want your team to score as soon as possible, just to, like, relieve the pressure off you a little bit.
A little cushion?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that cushion helps. I mean, when you're up by 11, that doesn't hurt. So, when we're up by a couple, it's obviously pretty nice, and you can really just focus on playing your game and making sure they don't get back in the game. But when you're down, all you got to really do is give it your best, and at the end they give your team a chance to win. So you can't score goals, so you got to just do your best to make sure they don't get any more.
This is just a random question I just thought of. At any level, have you ever scored a goal?
I have not, but it's on the to-do list for sure. Yeah.
How about a fight?
Close calls last year. But you never know what'll happen. We might give her a couple
I remember that. I remember we were at a game. They had an empty net, and you just flung it down there. I think it hit the post or something.
What about a fight? You want to have a goalie fight ever?
I don't know. It's you never know. Like Battle of Alberta, the emotions might start flying. But Seattle's always looking for one. But I know Willie would kill me if I even attempted something like that. So I better just keep myself in check on that one.
Yeah, my friend down the street, he's pretty much the only one in my neighborhood who actually knows hockey and stuff. And if you took down one of their goalies,
So one of the things Chad and I thought would be kind of fun, and future shows will have a cool graphic that'll pop up across the screen. 2-on-1 fast break. So we're gonna hit you with just a couple real quick this or that questions. All right.
Okay.
We just gotta go back and forth.
Back and forth. It's a 2-on-1 fast break.
I'll start off with pancakes or waffles.
Pancakes.
Heads or tails?
Tails.
Taco Bell or McDonald's?
Don's.
Sock, shoe, or sock, shoe?
Honestly, I don't know what just happened there, but I'll go with the second one.
Like, do you put both your socks on and then your shoes, or
Oh,
sock, shoes?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, both socks first.
Both socks first. Yes.
What kind of person does that one?
Well, psychopaths. What kind of person eats a sub sandwich sideways? Psychopath.
Always right first, though. Right sock, left sock, right shoe, left shoe.
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't know.
It's probably the same.
But fruits or vegetables?
Fruit or vegetables? Fruit.
Hoodie or crew neck?
Hoodie.
DC or Marvel?
Marvel.
Yeah.
Cake or pie?
If it's my mom's cake.
Good answer.
She makes a
Simpsons
good
or
cake.
Family Guy?
What was that?
Simpsons or Family Guy?
I can't say I've watched either or.
Wow. Tacos or wings?
Beat up wings.
I'll have to make you some wings sometime. Mine will take down beat ups.
I can't do any spice though. Like
No,
zero spice.
that's fine.
Yeah, that's me.
I'll give you like 9 different options. I can cook.
Here, I'll give you a quick story. I'll give you a quick story from just the other day. So obviously, like, there's not really any restaurants open, so everything's like DoorDash or skip the dishes. So I'm sitting in bed here. It's like 8 o'clock. Like, I gotta get something for dinner. So I look up this pasta place. Like, look at the menu. This pasta. It's like red sauce and like shrimp and spinach. I'm like, this looks delicious, right? So I order it, and it gets here. I take my first bite, and needless to say, I can't handle any spice like whatsoever. And this was probably the spiciest sauce I could have ordered.
Just the sweats coming, bite one.
Yeah, like I can't handle any spice whatsoever, and like the nose was running, the lips were burning, like all the above.
Just
Not
done.
super enjoyable. No,
So
kind of
did you
regretted
finish
that.
it or you finish it or talk?
I did about half of it.
Yeah.
Well,
Didn't down the rest, though.
someone in the comments knew the next
He only had one question left, but his baseball teammate dropped the same question he was going to ask.
Xbox or PlayStation?
Xbox.
Yeah.
What games you playing?
I have not touched my Xbox. It's in that backpack over there for the last month. I've been when I did play, I played Call of Duty was the go-to for a while. But if you play so many hours, like, it just gets boring. Like, I had no intention to play it whatsoever since, like, we got out of the quarantine, the 4-day quarantine in Edmonton, and like, really, there's just been no desire.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, as one of my questions on here, I was going to ask you if you're playing the new NHL game, NHL 21.
I have not bought an NHL game in probably 4 years. I feel like I get enough hockey at the rink every day that if I can limit it at home, the better.
Did you know you were in an NHL game?
Yeah.
What was that like the first time you saw yourself and you weren't create a player?
Yeah, that was the only really intention for me to buy that first year. I think that was the last year I bought it, just to like see yourself in the game.
Pretty unreal.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And
I mean,
my buddy wanted me to. A couple of my buddies like bought my card on HUD or whatever, and they always drew at me saying I suck. So EA Sports better get that up.
Do you have one more?
Well, we got past that. So,
oh God, you're
tell me about this.
Oh goodness, that was so many years ago.
Those of you who don't know, that's Dustin and Jonathan Quick.
Yeah, that was several years ago. It was like an early morning, like I don't know, they had like a 10 a.m. skate. Like normally everybody's at school, but I didn't. Like I did online, so I can just go whenever. And my agent's assistant now, he used to shoot on Quick for the Kings at some point, and he's like, yeah, we're skating with Quick anymore. You should come out. So we show up and like they're on the ice, and so I'll pop a picture off his skate. I think that's the only picture I've got of them. So it's kind of it's made its rounds.
So your parents let you skip school to get pictures with cool goalies and stuff.
Indeed, always.
Look at those guys. That's one of my proudest days of you. Did you know that? From that picture? So you probably don't remember, but this was locker clean out 2018. So I was in my full neck brace right after the wreck. And Chad basically gave me no choice but to let him skip school and help with all that. I mean,
we had a test that day.
Yeah, I mean, he killed it. I mean, he made sure all you guys got your jerseys signed and stuff. It was a good dad moment for sure. Knowing you cared.
Need some help there.
Oh. You got any other questions, or are we gonna let him get back homeschooled? Yeah.
I have a question. Probably my favorite skater in the NHL. He's actually a Flame too.
Not probably. He is your favorite non-skater.
Have you have you gotten a shot from Johnny Gaudreau yet?
Oh yeah, he shoots little muffins out there. He he's not the biggest guy, obviously, but he'll come down and wind up like he's gonna crank and then just flips it. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen, but I mean, whatever works, I guess.
He's kind of knuckleballish for baseball term.
Yeah, literally wind up and then just flip it like he's going as high as he can. So I don't know how or why he does that, but I mean, he's making millions of dollars, so I guess it works.
Yeah.
She's not the only one that's asked this. The gold medal safe?
It is currently in the safe, yes.
Good answer.
Here, I'll grab it quick. I'll grab it. You never trust the maids.
No.
Even though my room has yet to get cleaned.
Dude, I lock my toothbrush in the safe. That's how paranoid I am.
What?
That's a little awkward, but
oh yeah, I'm
the safe that I almost lost everything from because
No, that's a different. Look at that. That's pretty cool.
I chipped paint on it, obviously. too celebrating too hard.
You got a good story.
I honestly don't even know how it chipped, but
maybe it was the paint ran away from all the wonderful singing that was taking place around it.
Maybe that's debatable.
When my mom said when you guys were all singing and stuff, Mom was like, "Well, they did win a gold medal, but they sure ain't no choir."
No, they it doesn't sound so bad when you're on the ice until they get a camera on you and you hear the replay, and it's kind of cringy. That's why anytime somebody asks me some questions or I have an interview and my mom pulls it up, it's just cringy. I'd make her turn it off.
Well, that's what parents do. We like to embarrass our kids, but we're also the proudest of you. Trust me, your parents are so proud of you, and I mean, all of us that have got to know you over the last, how long have you been in Everett now? 4 or 5 years?
This would be my 4th year, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're just a pillar in the community, and you're always volunteering at the schools and helping everywhere, and I mean, helping out your buddy Chad jumping on with us, So
yeah, no, happy. I gotta keep my mind straight and away from hockey sometimes. You're at the rink so much, and just helping out the community. I had a high school girl DM me on Instagram the other day, and normally I don't reply to most of them, but I had read it and she asked me. She said she was in a journalism class, and she was writing an article on the USA Canada game, and she asked if she could ask me a couple questions. I was more than happy to, and so hopefully she gets a grade on that. But it's good to just help out the community, and it's something I enjoy doing. I've gone to this one classroom the past 2 years. Just spent a couple of hours with them every so often just to hang out and get to know the kids, and it's fun for myself, but it goes a long way in the community as well. So it goes both
one
ways.
of the things about you too, and I mean, as a parent, you notice it a lot more. Is you do a lot of that stuff not for the notoriety. You do it for who you are. And I mean, I guarantee that means more to your parents than anything. You know, it's who you are. So
yeah, I could care less if they're posting pictures of me in a classroom, or just being around the kids and making them have a good time and enjoying it. So, I'm just some kid that stops pucks for a living, and they think I'm something special. So, if I can make their day good, it's a bonus.
That's what it's about. I mean, Silvertip fans, they want to know, the 24 game schedule proposed. What are your thoughts on that? And the trip to Stockton, that's pretty cool. The AHL opened that up to you guys.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens regarding the WHL. I mean, looking at the government-wise, like, it doesn't look too hot, but I mean, the league is making it. They're pretty adamant about playing, 24 games and, giving the guys a chance to play. So, in the meantime, stay here for a week or so longer and be around some guys and just kind of learn as much as I can, and then hopefully be able to go down to Stockton and play some games. They're supposed to be, like, normally I wouldn't be allowed to go to Stockton through the CHL rules, and you're supposed to be 20 coming out of the CHL, but with the circumstances this year, they're allowing us to start the year there. So
I think that'll be very beneficial to you. Look at, I mean, Jake spent that time in the CHL. You're playing against grown men at that point instead of 16, 17-year-old kids. You come back and the game's just that much slower for you. So it could be a huge advantage.
No doubt. I mean, you got grown men who are fighting for jobs and trying to make a living for their families. So, it's a different scenario. Everybody comes to theoretically work every day and goes to battle, and just they're working for their paycheck to support their families, and playing hockey at the end of the day is just a bonus. So it's pretty awesome. I was down there, as you probably know, for a bit in the summer, and I got to know some of their staff quite a bit, and so I'm not going in there blind. I've kind of learned a bit about it, and looking forward to being able to get to play some games.
This is a very bad analogy about what Dad just asked, but it's kind of like you're playing a friend in, like, Madden or something, and he's like the same difficult. He's like a pro difficulty, and you're a pro difficulty. So you play on all Madden, and then you go down and you just
smoke them.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Higher rated team. It's the lower one.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't play Madden either, so I wouldn't know.
I got one more question. So we see a lot of similarities between you and Holt and you and Carter. Kind of Holt coming in as the younger guy, the experienced goaltender, kind of taking him under his wing. How's that experience been now that you're on the other side of the coin?
Yeah, I know it's different. I mean, coming in as a rookie, you're kind of just trying to work your way up the ladder and, play some games when you get to, and really just make the most of each and every day and try to learn as much as you can. And, being on the other side of it, it's a little different. Like, Holtzy, I consider him my son. He's like such a good guy, and I spent a lot of time with him during the season and even during the summer. But always being able to stay in touch, and obviously there's a lot to learn. Just watching, and obviously Jenner, the goalie coach, he's the guy, and as somebody probably knows, like, I've been with him for probably 10 to 15 years now, and it's been a journey, but I mean, like, he just transforms goals left, right, center. I mean, with Max Pelaga came in my second year, and by no means was Max a bad goalie, but Jenner came in and transformed him into a tremendous backup. Like, the word on the street between us is, like, he's got better stats than I do, and so I mean, that kind of hurts a little bit, but it's it's good. He's a tremendous person, and I had to keep him in check a few times throughout the year, but as a rookie, there's a learning curve to it. So you learn and you live. So it's a work in progress.
Always keep that chip on your shoulder. I think that's one of the things that makes you great. The I can't do this. I'll show you.
Yeah, no doubt. That's it right there.
So this is I don't know. I'm trying to. I don't know. For what's the difference in like emotion and stuff from the CHL draft to the NHL draft?
Yeah, I mean, like the CHL draft, you're 14, and like going into it, I was kind of hoping for Everett. Like I had known Gary and like Jenner knew Gary for a while, and so like there was a comfort level there, and I was grateful to be picked by him. And the rest is kind of history. But in terms of the NHL draft, like such a unique scenario, being able to drive up there and have family there and have a bunch of the fans from Everett up there, it was pretty tremendous. Obviously didn't expect to be sitting there for so many hours until the very end, but at the end of the day, it worked out. So
fuel in the tank.
Happy to be in Calgary. So Calgary, I'm loving it here, and the staff is tremendous. I've gotten to know Jordan Sigalet and Thomas Spear, and Jason LeBar, three great goalie coaches, and it's a work in progress, and just getting to know the guys. Like when I came back from the World Juniors, I was in the gym stretching, and here comes Mike Chuck up to me. He's like, "What's up, Wolfie? Like, congrats on the gold. Like, screw Canada. Like, you guys did it. Like, congrats, man." And like next thing you know, like next thing you know, he's like hyping you up on the bench, and he's just like chit chat with you all the time. It's pretty awesome. I mean, who would have thought a guy that's just like you're trying to prove people wrong? Here comes Mike Chuck up to you, just pumping your tires. But it's pretty awesome. And all the guys here are tremendous people, and I haven't come across a bad person yet, so it's been awesome.
This is a question I found. I was scrolling.
You don't have to start every question with "this is a question."
I don't.
Just giving you a hard time.
So I found this while I was scrolling through Instagram today. Did you guys have a trash can with the Team Canada logo on it during your team picture?
No. I'm sure you've read into it, but it was a barrel. So like, think of like a big old barrel, but you can't ship a big old barrel from Amazon.
Okay, I thought it was like a trash can, and I saw this reel on Instagram. This Team Canada fan was completely going aggro at you guys.
Well, there you go, straight from the source. Breaking news.
Yeah, I mean, like, to give you just a little more insight on the barrel, like, we were still in quarantine, like the 4 days of quarantine when we first got there. Every day, our media guy would put out a newsletter called, what was it called, The National. So, like, it would have our schedule on there, like what the weather is, like the years USA won gold, like just some like different jokes, and then there was this big story on the front page, and the story was about, I forgot which tribe it was, but it was a tribe going through the Sahara Desert, and at the time, obviously back then, there's no like vehicles, no nothing, and like you're just walking. It's straight sand, so like as soon as you walk through someplace, it just gets covered up, so you can't see the footprints. So the whole objective was they'd place one barrel down, walk another like 500 kilometers, and place another barrel down. So like whenever somebody was traveling through the desert, you could see the barrel in front of you, and you could see the barrel behind you. So in other words, it was taking it one game at a time. Once we passed that one barrel was on to the next. So each and every game throughout the tournament, we had that barrel in our locker room, and we had the team that we were playing taped on it. So I know Canada happened to be our last barrel, and after every game we would take a picture with it in the locker room. But it meant so much to our group that we brought it out on the ice, and some people think it was a lack of judgment, but it was
Yeah,
a bit.
No, and the story behind that.
yeah, the dude thought it was a trash can, and he was like, "Look at the shots!" And he was like saying all this stats and stuff, and I was like, "That's just funny."
No, I don't think that's a lack of respect at all. Knowing the backstory and someone that
I didn't know that before. I thought it was a trash can.
I'm not a high level coach or anything like yours, but I mean that's a great analogy and one I'm sure we'll use at some point. That's I mean
it was
put you guys over the top.
No doubt. I mean, obviously nobody would have thought of it as being a bad thing and being considered a trash can with Cal's logo on it, but the media interprets it several different ways as they wish. But people get aggravated, but I mean it's the way life goes. There's nothing perfect about it. People are gonna hate on stuff. Not to mention we beat them in their country, so that does not feel so great.
19 first-round draft picks. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, they had a lot of skill, but going into the game, we knew that they hadn't shot a single second in the tournament. So we knew if we could, survive the first 5-10 minutes, which is where they strived, and shut them down and be able to get that first one, that we'd kind of be in a good spot and just be able to shut them down the rest of the way. So we had a game plan set in place, and we were able to execute it pretty well.
One of my favorite memories from the tournament is you waving the puck, clearing it out there.
Yeah, that was.
Time was clicking down.
I do my best throughout the game there.
Dustin, bring it up.
Yeah, I saw a couple tweets on that. That was pretty awesome. I figured something would be put up there, but just get a little gust of wind behind it. Maybe it'll get a funny bounce, help us out.
I think the commentator called it the Carlton Fisk. Do you even know who that is?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Know who Carlton is.
All right. I mean, that was 1970. Oh man, 75.
Old man facts out here.
Yeah, I think it's 75 World Series. So I saw. We'll let you get going here quickly, but just there's a lot of people fear. We might never see you in full gear in Everett again. If the season doesn't get going, what's going to be your to this point in your career? What's your favorite memory of Everett?
God, there's been so many. I mean, you go back to my first year, going all the way to the finals. There's nothing else like it. And I know when I was texting Gary the other day about are we actually going to start? Are we going to get going? And I said either way, we're coming out of it with a ring. So if we do get a chance to win it, that's the intention. But obviously the fans make it so great. It's such a fun building to play in. And obviously with no fans the last few months, it's been different. The piped in sound only does so much, and having everybody on top of you and playing a sort of game against Seattle or Portland, it's definitely something that's been pretty tremendous and something I'd love to go back and take part in again, and hopefully we do get to. But as far as this right now, it's not looking too hot, so it's been tremendous being able to play through those.
Is Everett the loudest barn in the Dub?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, the only other loudest thing I've heard was we were playing at Swift Current in that final game, but again, there's only 2,000 people in the building. It's the size of a horse barn, so everything's so compact. It's just expected to be super loud, but nothing over the cowbells are just so loud, and the fans care so much. So it's been tremendous the last 3 years, and definitely would take it over anything.
Yeah, it's been fun watching.
Yeah. So you mentioned Seattle in the last question. I vaguely remember this time. I think it was playoffs the year you guys went all the way. There was a game in Seattle. I think we were there, and I think
we were sitting with your parents, actually.
Yeah.
Or right next to them, yeah.
And they started doing their chant, the Everett sucks. And I think me and Dad started screaming for one. I don't remember what we were screaming. It was something like.
Good story.
screaming, but it was like something that like some statistic that we had.
You started yelling scoreboard or something. I don't know.
No, because you told me I don't remember the whole story.
Clearly.
But like, does that
He's got his ducks in a row.
or like when they start chanting that, does that rattle you at all? Or
No, I think it's just funny. I mean, like every team does it a different way. Like Seattle has their chant. Portland, they're just different. I mean, Tri-City is pretty quiet, but I mean, like everybody's got their own way of trying.
And they
to
still suck.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. Yeah.
That one kills me when the other team is leading.
Yeah, I mean, they've got their stuff. I mean, we've got ours. I'm sure. I mean, we obviously yell at the other goalie a ton too. So every building's got their hatred for one another. But you know, it's fun to have hatred for it. And like obviously, if we were playing in a normal scenario against Canada here, like there would have been 20,000 Canadians like down your neck, and like obviously, I think it takes a little pressure off you in terms of you don't have 20,000 Canadians on it, but at the same time, like it adds to the fun, especially when you're able to beat them. Like there's nothing else better.
I was lucky enough to go to the gold medal game in Vancouver, and the energy just unreal for that, that rivalry.
And that wasn't even against. Was it against Canada?
Yeah, it was USA Canada.
Gotcha.
For the gold medal.
Yeah.
Crosby hit the game winner down on the far corner.
Gotcha. That's right.
And off my last question, I thought it was just Seattle did that to us. I thought it was just to us. And I talked to my friend, and he said apparently they do it to literally every WHL team. And
they just switched the names.
Yeah, they just switched the name. And I was like, the Tri-City one doesn't even sound smooth. just more syllables.
Yeah. Well, we will.
Whatever floats their boat, I guess.
We'll let you get back to the bubble. So, thank you so much for spending essentially almost an hour with us after the technical difficulties. So.
Have to edit that out of the YouTube video.
Yeah. We really appreciate it. And
thanks.
No, I'm happy to. I've literally been sitting in my hotel room all day today doing absolutely nothing. So it's been good to just have some interaction.
Did you pass time with Netflix or YouTube? What do you do?
You know what? Like I watch a ton of YouTube, and again, like the Xbox, I just haven't found the need or the want. And like even Netflix too, like I haven't come across a show that like sticks out to me unless you guys have some suggestions, because I always have a lot of time on my hands.
There's the made-for-TV movie. It's going to be before your time. I mean, I think I was like 5, 6 when it happened. Maybe Waco, about the Waco, Texas. It's about 6 hour. I think it's 6 episodes or so. It's pretty interesting.
And you could watch The Last Dance.
The Last Dance. Did you watch that?
Already seen that. That was a good one.
I would say Office, but of course Netflix has to take off every good TV show.
The Office is currently on Netflix in Canada.
Oh, well, there you go. We got to sign up for the
Peacock?
Yeah, Peacock or whatever. Black Mirror is a suggestion. I don't know what that is.
That's with like Miley Cyrus, I think, is it not? I think that's the one.
I don't know.
You know that one?
The beginning of quarantine, like in March and April, like there were some killer shows on Netflix. It's kind
Cobra Kai?
I bet though.
I haven't watched Cobra Kai.
Lego Ninjago!
Lego Ninjago?
It's recommended in my Netflix feed, so maybe I'll have to check out.
Which one is?
Cobra Kai.
Oh, I thought you were saying Lego Ninjago was in your recommendations.
No.
Virgin
is not.
This might be your cousin,
Oh,
maybe.
gotcha. Yeah. Goodness gracious.
Virgin River. Black Mirror is super twisted. You'll never stop questioning yourself. All right, maybe we'll have to check that one. Schitt's Creek is good.
Hey!
Hey!
I'm gonna have to bleep that out of the video.
Have you watched Schitt's Creek?
I have not.
It's actually a Canadian TV show. It's solid. Ozark is really good.
Okay.
What James said is true about half the TV shows out there.
That you'll never stop questioning? Yeah, Ozark's really good.
Okay. All right. I mean, I got lots of time on my hands, so it's just whether or not I decide to. I spend way too much time on social media right now. So.
Well, tomorrow you can at least watch NHL. Flyers kick
That
off.
is very true.
2:30, right?
Yeah, I think some games start at 2. I don't know which one. You probably know better than I do.
Yeah, I think Penguins Flyers kick it off.
Yeah. So they're fantasy hockey. Are you doing that, or like what fantasy sports?
I'm not. I play no fantasy sports.
Yeah, I gave up on.
I play fantasy football. I'm looking for a fantasy hockey league to join, but no one's got one really. So.
You want to start?
I quit that after a few years.
Yeah, it's too much time commitment for me. Plus,
you start it off and it's fine, but then you get like a week or two in it, and you just don't want to commit to.
For my personal team, I got because we did our draft a week late for fantasy football, and my first 2 rounds worth of picks. I had the first overall pick. My first 2 rounds worth of picks, I took Christian McCaffrey and Saquon Barkley, which both then got hurt for the whole season the very next game. So then all I had was Russell Wilson and my wide receiver core just carrying me the rest of the way.
Fantasy life.
I just played the free.
Yeah, I mean, football, you only have it on like the weekends mainly, so that's not as bad.
Man, unless real fantasy life, man, you live and breathe that 24/7. Got to make
trades. So that bet money.
Yeah,
I did try to make trades, but my league commissioner wouldn't let any of the trades go through.
No.
Yeah, we had a guy on our team at the tournament that would he was huge into sports, but he's huge in sports betting. Like he'd bet $1,000 on a game and somehow come out like $4,000 richer. Like I don't know how he did it, but
I have some friends that are very good at sports betting too. I bet with my heart too much. As my brother-in-law would tell you, or anyone that knows me, I say the Oregon Ducks are going to win the national championship every year, and here's why. But one time we're going to come right.
And then I always believe him, and then I get just sad when we get taken out by the worst team in the Pac-12.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
It does indeed.
Thanks for coming on. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You don't know how to wrap up?
Spend some time.
Yeah, it was great seeing you. And when you get back in town, maybe we can treat you to some dinner for jumping on with us. So.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. Who knows when I'll be back.
I'll owe you some wings that are better than B-dubs. So.
Okay, I'll put you to it.
All right. Well, how do we always wrap up a show? You can do it like that.
Not goodbye, just till next time. Hang up.
It's not goodbye, it's just till next time. So, Dustin checking out from the Bubble in Calgary, and we're out from Lake Stevens. So, thanks, Dustin. We'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Have a good one.
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.